doing it, he's doing it. Baby, if you're thinking it, he can do it. But our problem is we have been paralyzed like the man and the women at the pool were sitting there, and the Bible says, he said they were paralyzed. The devil is trying to paralyze your praise and your worship. The devil is trying to paralyze your worship life. He's trying to get your praise out of here. But one thing I declare on today, that I will bless the Lord at all times. It matters not what my situation looks like. It matters no how hard the devil tries to fight me. My praise is not contingent upon what the devil does. My praise is not contingent upon my situation, but it's contingent upon who God says I am. And he says I'm victorious. Do I got anybody in here that's victorious? If you are victorious, shout unto God today. Phew. So there was a great number of lame and paralyzed. Lame, great number. There's a great number of believers that are allowing the adversary to paralyze them from getting to their promise. He's paralyzing them from getting. There are so many people that you were called to be a prayer warrior or a prayer intercessor. You were called and you got healing in your birth, in your being right now. You were called to help people get delivered. You were called to do greater works. You were called to walk in the fullness of God. You were called to do this, but you're allowing the adversary to paralyze you. Don't let the devil paralyze you on today. Everybody say, I'm called to something greater. See, baby, you're calling maybe that you're called to sweep this church and make this church clean every time. Oh, your calling don't have to be up here in the pulpit. You can be called to greet people with a smiling face. You can be called to have a ministry that helps on your life. See, we look for the calling as something great. We want to be like T.D. Jakes, and we want to be like all these big people. But baby, God said a servant. He was a servant before he became this great man around the world. He didn't have a business card. He didn't have a TV program, but millions followed him. How bad do you want it? My question today to everybody here is, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want to get into his presence? How bad do you want to feel him once again? Some of us haven't felt him in so long. We come and we sit in church and we long just for his presence. And he's saying, all you got to do is reach out to me. But yet, we sit there and we look at everything that's going on. We get distracted when we come into the house of God. We get distracted because we say, where are the people at? Where are the musicians at? Where is the pastor at? What's going on? And we're distracted. And so instead of us just coming in and getting into worship, we get distracted. We're thinking about our cabbage on at home. And we're thinking on what we're going to eat when we get home. We're thinking about what am I going to do on Monday? Oh, I got to go to the bank. Oh, the kids got this. We are so distracted that God cannot dwell in a place with distractions like that. How can he dwell when we're thinking about cabbage on the stove and he says, I want you to be in my midst? How can he dwell in our midst when we're thinking about so many other things but God? So we have millions of churches today that have a form of godliness, but they have no power. We have churches today that are acting like they got the facade. The music sounds great. The worship leader knows what to say. The people are doing everything that looks like church, but it ain't. God says, I'm not there. And he's sick of us coming in faking the funk. He said, if you're going to go get it, go after me, go after me. If you're going to pant for me, pant for me. If you're going to fall out for me, fall out for